What's up, everybody? We are back. John Delarose here, the leading Hispanic voice in science fiction. Everybody's been asking me to review Berserk Volume 2 ever since I did Volume 1. Now, I shouldn't just say this is Volume 2. This is the Deluxe Edition Volume 2, which contains several volumes within. Dark Horse is putting these out. They're nice. They're oversized. The regular manga come up to about here. And they have a ton of content in them. And they've got this like faux leather, which is really nice. Really good presentation. I can't put all of the pages up in here because there is some nudity and stuff in this book, but I'll do what I can as we go through here. Basically, this goes into the past of Guts' life, which started in Volume 1 called the Golden Age, and Guts gets involved with this mercenary band, and you get all this cool night art of just fighting and you know, really cool background scenery. I'm hoping to find one of the big like combat pages where it's just like there's tons of characters on it. This is some nice art right here. Really cool stuff all the way around. And Guts ends up getting with this band of mercenaries, which right here, this guy takes a liking to Guts, and it's unclear whether he's kind of like into Guts on the I guess gay level or not. And Guts is having none of it, and he kind of like fights this guy to the death almost several times, and then ends up, just because this guy keeps beating him, being loyal to him. Turns out later this guy's got like some demonic thing going on with him, and he's working on taking over a kingdom, and Guts actually becomes an assassin a bit for him, and then we kind of end the story there as this guy becomes a much bigger player within a kingdom, and he becomes promoted to a noble, and Guts is really his right-hand man at that point. Now there's a whole cast of characters in this mercenary band who are really cool, and again, I'm afraid I'm going to turn it accidentally to some of the nudity pages, so I don't want to go too far into it, which is unfortunate. Let's see if I can pull it off the camera real quick and show some of the cooler pages here. Oh, there's a cool demon they fight at one point. Check this out. Check out this double page spread. Very cool. And it's so fast-paced and so awesome. There are points in it where it's like, okay, it's a night battle again, and it's a night battle again, and it got a little repetitive for a while. But towards the end of this, it actually switched things, as we have the character here. I can't remember the guy's name for the life of me. And here's his little thing that's got his demonic energy with him. That makes it so he can, fight these demons and kick everybody else. I guess it's called the Egg of the King. And, but once we get into this and we get the demon and then we get the assassination plot, there's a courtship of a princess that goes on. So it becomes very more interesting towards the second half of this book, whereas the first is just bloody fighting, which is cool by itself, but it was getting a little bit old by the time that it actually switched tones on this. Overall, I think this is better than the first volume. I mean, it is a prequel, and so you kind of know Guts is going to survive and get there, which is really hard to pull off. But for some reason, this does pull it off a lot better than most American prequels that I've seen in general. And so fully enjoy this all the way around. This was such a fast read. I went all the way through it, and I'm excited to read Volume 3. So this is great stuff. I think one of the parts that made this better than Volume 1 is in the first volume, Guts has that like little fairy thing following him around, and that character's obnoxious, and that character's not in here, which makes things a lot better just as a read perspective. But the art's so cool. I mean, there's so many cool pages and so many cool little scenes and so much detail involved in all of this. I really have not seen much better than this. Here's some of the courtship elements where we get into the more courtly intrigue here, which I also really enjoy. And the backgrounds are actually done really well. You see this castle and just like how pretty it looks, and how all the soldiers up on the wall. It's really, it shows the scope and you can feel the scope of all these battles being pretty big too. I don't know. I can't say anything bad about this. It is definitely adult, so do not let your kids read this. It's got so much blood and guts, and there is weird nudity, and there is some weird elements where people are trying to manipulate our characters on the sexual level, and that's not very fun either. Makes you a little squeamish, but it's done in a way that it's not tantalizing, which I appreciate. It is definitely done in a way where you can tell Guts feels disgusted about it, and so the audience feels disgusted about it too, which is a good way to handle it if you're going to put that kind of content in your books. All right, 10 out of 10, great stuff. We've had a great week of reading so far, and I'm very excited to get to the next volume of this. Leave a comment down below and let me know if you like this. I know you guys want me to read more manga and Berserk especially, so I hope this review finds you well. See you soon.